mere existence means more than a will to live, and we should choose to exist. We got a lot to give, and as long as we got food in a pot to piss, we should probably not ponder an apocalypse.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Drumatic. Today we're gonna do somebody that's kind of under the radar, definitely not heard of by a whole lot of people. He did have one video that got millions of views, but he didn't even get to post it on his channel. So what happened is, he did a Gucci Gang remix, and then somebody downloaded it because he couldn't monetize it. They uploaded it as an Eminem Gucci Gang remix, and he sounds so much like Eminem that people just kept watching. And everyone thought it was Eminem, and everyone thought he murdered that beat, but it wasn't even Eminem. It was a guy named Zero. Zero has gotten lots of comparisons to Eminem. He's not exactly like Eminem, but he kind of raps from down here. You know how M can really just get grimy sometimes when he just digs, but Zero does the same thing. So I figured, why not? Let's do a reaction or a review to Zero. I think he's a dope MC. This is real life, so let's check it out.
I could see the world through your eyes. That's probably the only way I can learn from your side. Then keep it alive as it isn't worth on your time. Cause it's worse cause the worst of a ride. And even if I didn't understand, I will buy in another hand on my last $1, but rubbing 100 grand. I'll run away from the plan. When we put this stuff together, it's time that I give this every last thing that I know I can. I wanna talk, I wanna show you. Look at me now when I say yo.
So last I heard, he moved from the East Coast over to LA, and he's doing his thing there, and he's trying to make it. The one problem I've had is him and his team don't always put out like the best videos, or you could say the best songs all around, but he's always a pretty dope MC. He always does a good job at just rapping, and he does remind me of Eminem quite a bit. It's just after you listen to somebody for a little bit, you just start to see the difference and hear the difference. It's kind of like the guy that's out there trying to be Eminem, making all these MGK disses that are actually getting hella views and hella likes. And I'm like, wait a second, is he buying these likes, or are people really that dumb? So I'm not sure like what's going on, but I seen dude making these fake diss tracks and getting a lot of views for them. So I'm not sure that works.
I would have told you it isn't real, you know what behold you if it was. I wasn't here writing this just because it's my only chance to keep up if you run. I can't catch you with my I don't feel right when you feel right. I've been distant from you every day.
Now he usually just raps with a lot of aggression and not a whole lot of lyrics. And that's not a diss so much because his stuff's not bad. This seems to have a little more content than most of the stuff that he usually puts out. So that's a good thing, Zero. Make sure you're trying to say something when you rap. Too many people, I feel like a lot of people when they mumble rap, they do it because they don't have anything to say and they don't want people to know they're not saying anything. So they're trying to hide it. But you're a good enough lyricist to where you can speak clear, do your thing. You can rap fast, you can bring it like you do. Just make sure you always have some kind of meaning and purpose to your lyrics. And I know you do, because I've heard your music. But you know what I'm saying.
Alone, I never seen you alone. Just 'cause we were both together doesn't mean we're alone. How many thoughts of you were being alone? I mean, let me help me and I can help you now. One of us would always start laying down and try to cause laid out. You know that came and this is not brand new. I hold my ground when I cannot stand you.
Okay, well that was Real Life by Zero. I thought it was a pretty cool track. I thought that the beat was really cool. Kind of reminded me of like Phil Collins in the Night kind of sample. I know it probably wasn't, but kind of the same chords. And as far as Zero goes, I thought he rapped pretty well, so let's get to it. Now the beat itself, let's just give it a 4 because I liked it. I rapped to it, had a nice melody, had a nice low end to it, so there was nothing wrong with the beat. It was mixed well, it was cool. As far as content goes, like I said, this is probably the most I've heard him say. He was trying to be more lyrical, have a message, and say something. Could make for a cool video, who knows? We'll see what comes from Zero, but as far as the content goes, let's just throw him a 4 because it's a little better than usual for him. The hook, I didn't like the hook so much, but it wasn't bad. So I think it was average. I think it was a 3. I don't like it when I get the impression that certain people are just trying to fit in when they're doing something, and in a way, there was parts of this where I felt like he was just trying to do what everybody else does, and I don't want to see Zero take that route. So let's give the hook a 3. And as far as the flow goes, I think his flow is always pretty dope. He kills it every time. I'm gonna go 4.5. He always raps well. It's probably his strongest asset. So yeah, 4.5 on the flow. So that was Real Life. Let's give it a 4 overall. Not a bad song. One of the better songs I've heard by him probably. If you like Eminem, you'll definitely like him. I'm not saying he tries to be him. He just gets a lot of comparisons. So I don't know how he responds to it. I don't know the guy. But that was Zero, Real Life. This is Drumatic Reviews. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Y'all are amazing. Peace.